This video is the Forex Trading weekly wrap-up for the week ending Friday, May 25th. Folks, Mark here over at dinotrading.com. What is up? I'm going to try to get in a better habit of pumping out these videos at least once a week, at least for the simple purpose of, showing my trading performance on a weekly basis. Almost everyone I talk to has made a request for more videos, and I feel bad because I'm just literally swamped, and to be honest, it's not as easy as people make it out to be, to record a YouTube video and to make it look nice, presentable, music and whatnot. So that's why it's a little time consuming. So that's why I don't pump out too many of these videos consistently, but I'm going to try to get better at doing that. Anyway, today's Friday, May 25th, another fantastic week in the Forex trading market. Just killed it as usual. I hope many of you were able to pump out hundreds of pips. Not much action happening today on the 25th. Most of my money was made the previous 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I think the reason for that is here in the US we have Memorial Day happening on Monday, so it's kind of a long weekend. A lot of people took off early, but that's probably the reason I attribute the lack of volatility in today's session. But that's okay. That's just part of trading. Like I mentioned 100 times, out of every 5 days, you're going to kill it on 2 days, and you're going to chop around the other 3 days. And you got to approach every day as if it's going to be one of those 2 trend days. So let's talk about the euro here. This is my guide, the Euro New Zealand. The Euro New Zealand is still, again, one of the most fantastic pairs I think you can ever trade, simply because the intraday ranges are phenomenal. So let's take a look at some of these trading setups. I'm going to try to squish my screen in here so you guys can see. Had a nice, beautiful setup right there. Nailed that short right there. I took that. That ended up being something like 81 or 82 pips. I did not take this long. I mean, I hope those of you that are staying up past 2 o'clock a.m., 3 o'clock a.m. Chicago time, or wherever you happen to be in the world, I hope some of you might have nailed that long there, on your dyno bars. But I did not take that long. So this ended up being actually a really nice trend day. This was Tuesday. Wednesday, there was only a small setup for me. I was able to capture this long right there. Didn't move too much. This ended up being something like 33 pips, I think it was, of profit for me. So I just didn't really, there was really nothing happening on Wednesday. So it was a pretty quiet market on Wednesday. Now Thursday, though, Thursday was sweet. Thursday was phenomenal. Like Thursday, basically, I hope that every day in the market can be like Thursday's action, right? Every pair. I wish every pair had the same action that the Euro New Zealand displayed on Thursday, May 24th. Like it was just hands down classic case of being able to rip off 150, 180 pips, right? Beautiful long signal. I nailed the bottom, right? And then another short signal right there. And that was it. Those were the only 2 signals for May 24th. And my long trade was something like 90 pips from what I remember. And then my short trade was something like, I forget, it was like maybe 40 pips or something like that. So in both of those scenarios, I could have milked it for a little bit more. But again, like I've told many of you guys and gals, I just set a number and I forget about it. If it triggers my exit, great. I made 2 grand. If it stops me out, no problem. I lost 50 bucks. I'm fine with that, right? And so Friday, here's Friday, you can see complete chop. Complete and total chop. There was nothing to be had. There was literally nothing to be had, on Friday, for the reason that I told you, that no liquidity, no volatility, not much volume, hardly any market participants. These are all classic cases of when you should not be trading. And if you've been trading for a while, especially if you live in the US, you know that 3-day weekends here in the US are just the worst days to trade. So I actually didn't even bother. For those of you who did, I hope you made a couple of pips, but I pretty much know that there's really nothing to be had. So, but let me go back to my theory, because I really want to get something. I really want to get my point across here. Let's move this up a little bit. So, if you for those of you that have talked to me on the phone, or we've had a Skype call, something about me, my style, my method, my trading methodology. One of the things I mention frequently is spreading it out over multiple pairs. Right now, the videos you guys have seen are just the Euro New Zealand and the pound yen. But actually, thanks to you guys, thanks to people that I've gotten to know, you guys and gals are introducing me to very interesting pairs that I have not even considered trading, but I've been doing some heavy research. I've been trading small lots on some of these pairs, so I'll try to post a video on some of those pairs a little bit later. But the point that I want to make right now is, when you consider my 5-day theory, right? 2 days of heavy trend, you're going to make all your money. You're going to make like $5,000 on those trend days, and then you're probably going to lose maybe a couple $100 on those chop days. And that's how you measure your performance at the end of the week, is your profits from those trend days minus out your losses, if any, from those chop days. But here's the thing, folks, right? When you spread it out over a couple of different pairs, now you're going to see better results, right? So what I tell people is, try to spread out your entries and exits. Try to spread out your trading over 4 pairs or 5 pairs or 6 pairs. Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you think meets your parameters for selecting a good pair, which, for me is just extreme volatility, really nice highs and lows. So that's what I'm saying. So even though on the Euro New Zealand, I only made, I don't know, 280 pips this week, which is still fantastic, right? That's just on this pair. You see what I'm saying? So if you spread it out, that's when you can consistently make a really good living. You can make a decent living trading one pair. Plenty of people do it. But if you want to make a fantastic living, you got to spread it out over multiple pairs, right? So let me flip over to the pound yen. This is a wrap-up video, so I'm going to show you my trades on all the pairs, and the other one was the pound yen. So let's take a look at the pound yen. Now you're going to take some amusement at this, right? I always say this. I keep pounding this point home. You're going to make the majority of your income in your lives, in your trading careers, on those trend days, right? We're talking like huge. We're talking like 300 pips, 400 pips on those trend days. What am I talking about? Well, guys, if you saw the move happen on the pound yen on Wednesday, you pretty much freaked out, right? Almost a 400 pip move on the pound yen one day, right? And guess what, folks? My Dino Bars nails the absolute top of this fucking downtrend, right? I don't care who you are. If you're going to trade, you have to trade price action. Fuck those people that are trading indicators, chat rooms, support and resistance, moving average. I don't give a shit, right? Why am I raising my voice right now? Because this is what I'm talking about. This is why I am a Forex trader, for days like this. You hope to God every single day was like this in whatever pair you trade, right? This is the dream scenario where you fucking nail the top, you milk it all the way down, and you're pulling out like $10,000 on a two lot, on two standard lots, right? So I'm going to wrap up this video for now, but folks, the point that I was trying to get across in this weekly wrap-up video is, number one, be consistent, but number two, try your best to spread it around. Don't fall in love with just one currency pair, right? Just because guys on TV are talking about it, or your friends are talking about it, or some trading guru in a chat room is talking about it. Do your own research, right? And if we flip over to a daily chart, right? Pound yen, this was the day. This was Wednesday. This was where the dyno bars went short, right at the top, and it milked it all the way down. Daily chart. You don't see too many of those, right? There's one here, right? But there's not too many of these gigantic downtrend days. And this is why, I always am going to trade multiple pairs at the same time. Now, it requires, some finesse, right? You got to have a decent attention span. You have to be conscious of what's happening in other pairs while watching the current pair. But, those are the scenarios you're looking for when you diversify, when you spread it around over a couple of different currency pairs. You will eventually use the dyno bars to nail the exact top for a $5,000 day, even a $10,000 day in profit in one trading session. Thanks for watching this video. See you next week.